Hello students, in this video I'll be teaching you operations on large numbers, which includes addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and estimation. And along with the explanation part, it also includes some tasks which you have to do in your notebook. So watch the video, try to understand each and every concept which is given. This video covers all the topics, all the concepts which are there in your book. So watch the video, and along with that you have to finish the task which is given in the video in your notebook. Let us begin with the third chapter, that is operations on large numbers. The topics which we are going to cover are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, estimating sums and differences, estimating product, estimating quotients. Let us begin with addition first. Parts of addition. The number to be added are called addends. You can see these two numbers which we are adding. These two numbers are called addends. And the result of the addition is called the sum. So this is the sum. When we add two numbers, the numbers we are adding are called addends, and the answer that we get is called sum. So in this example, 21 and 52 are addends and 73 is the sum. So here is a stepwise explanation of how to add large numbers. The question you can see is 21,214 plus 34,542. The first step is we have to add the digits at the ones place, that is 4 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 we'll get 6. So we always start from the right hand side when we are adding. The first step is to add the digits at ones place. So 4 plus 2 we got 6. Then second step is adding the digits at tens place. That is 1 plus 4 and we got 5. The third step is we have to add the digits at hundreds place. So you can see we have done 2 plus 5, 7. The next step is adding the digits at thousands place, that is 1 plus 4. You can see 1 plus 4, we have got 5 here. The last step is adding the digits at 10,000 place, that is 2 plus 3 and we got 5. Hence the sum of the given number is 55,756. So this is how we add. We always start from the right hand side of the addends and we move to the left, and finally we got our answer, that is 55,756. This example was without any carry. But the next question that we'll discuss is where we have to carry forward the number. The question you can see is 53,475 plus 34,556. So the first step here is adding the digits at ones place. So we will add 5 plus 6. But as you know, 5 plus 6 is more than 9. So what we have to do, we have to carry 1 to the tens place, because 5 plus 6 is 11. So 1 we will write here just above the tens numbers and 1 here. In the next step, we will move slightly to the left, that is we will move to the tens place. We have 7 and 5 in the tens place. Along with that we have to add the 1, which we have written on the top. So we'll add 7 plus 5 plus 1, which will be 13. Again 13 is greater than 9. So 1 we will write here and 3 we will write here. In the next step, adding the digits at hundreds place. Again we will add 4 and 5. Along with that, we will add 1 which we have carried and 0 here. In the next step, we'll add the thousands place. We'll add 3 plus 4. Along with that, we will add 1 which we have carried. So 3 plus 4 plus 1 is 8. We got 8 here. And finally, we'll add the number in the 10,000s place. That is 5 plus 3 and answer is 8. So the sum that we got here is 88,031. These were the addends and the answer that we got is the sum. Here are some questions which you have to do in your maths notebook. Try these in your own. The next topic is subtraction. Subtraction is taking away number from another number. For example, you have 100 rupees and the shopkeeper is taking 50 rupees from you. So that is the subtraction. 100 minus 50, you will get 50. So before we proceed, there are some terms which we should know.
So the larger number from which the smaller number is subtracted is called minuend. The smaller number which is subtracted from the large number is called subtrahend, and the result of the subtraction is called the difference. For example, I am subtracting 5 minus 2 and the answer will be 3. So the larger number from which we are deducting the smaller number is called minuend. The smaller number which is deducted from the larger number is called subtrahend, and the answer that we get is called difference.
Here is an example of subtraction now. We have 76,435 minus 45,323. First, we'll subtract the digits at ones place. Again in subtraction, we'll start subtracting from the right hand side. First we'll go to ones, then tens, then 100, 1000, 10,000 like that. So first we have subtracted the number which is in the ones place and we got 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then we'll move to tens place. We'll subtract 2 from 3 and we'll get 1. In the next step, we'll move to hundreds place and we'll subtract 3 from 4, that is 4 minus 3, again we'll get 1. Then in thousands place, we'll subtract 5 from 6, so 6 minus 5 is 1. Here we got 1. And finally, we'll subtract the numbers which are at 10,000s place, that is 7 and 4. So 7 minus 4, we'll get 3. Hence, the difference is 31,112. This was without carrying. Now we'll see one example with carrying. The question is 74,758 minus 52,429. The explanation is also given so that you understand it properly. If we want to subtract the digit at ones place, we have 8 minus 9. You can see we have 8 minus 9. Can you subtract 9 from 8? No, you cannot. Because 9 is greater than 8. So what we'll do, we would need to borrow 1 from 5 in the tens place. So we have 5 in the tens place, we'll borrow 1 from there so that we are able to deduct. So 8 in ones place would now become 18. When we borrow 1 from 5, because 5 is in tens place, borrowing 1 from 5 means we are borrowing 10 because 5 is in tens place. So 10 plus 8 is 18. So 8 will become 18 and 5 will be reduced to 4. 5 will become 4 because 1 we have taken and we have given 1 to 8. So 5 will become 4. Then 4 minus 2 we'll do in the next step. Here 4 minus 2 we got 2. Then we'll move on to hundreds place. 7 minus 4 we'll get 3. Then here in thousands place, 4 minus 2 we'll get 2. And finally in 10,000 place 7 minus 5 we'll get 2. Hence the difference that we get is 22,329.
We have one more example. The question is 82,375 minus 41,898. First we'll start from ones place. Ones place we have 5 minus 8, but this is not possible because 8 is greater than 5. So what we'll do, we'll borrow 1 from 7 which is in the tens place. So we borrowed 1 from 7 and 5 became 15. And when 5 became 15, 15 minus 8 will be 7. Now because we borrowed 1 from 7, 7 became 6. Again 6 minus 9 is not possible because 9 is greater than 6. So in the next step what we'll do, we'll carry 1 from 3 so that 6 becomes 16. So you can see we have borrowed 1 from 3 and 6 became 16 here. Now we can subtract 9 from 16 and the answer that we'll get is 7. We'll move on to 100 now. In hundreds place you can see after deducting 3 we got 2. So 2 minus 8 is also not possible because 8 is greater than 2. So what we'll do? We will borrow 1 from 2 so that this 2 becomes 12. Now you can see that we have borrowed 1 from 2 that is in the thousands place and this 2 became 12. So now 12 minus 8 we got 4. Now 1 minus 1 in thousand place is possible. So we'll subtract 1 minus 1 and we will get 0. And finally we'll reach 10,000 place where it is 8 minus 4 and the answer will be 4. Hence the difference we got is 40,477. Here are some questions of subtraction which you have to do in your notebooks. Next is multiplication. So before we proceed, let us learn few concepts related to multiplication. The number to be multiplied is called multiplicand. The number by which it is multiplied is called multiplier, and the result of the multiplication is called product. For example, we are writing 2 into 5 and we know 5 2s are 10. So the number to be multiplied is called multiplicand. The number by which it is multiplied is called multiplier, and the result or the answer which we get after multiplying is called product. Next is properties of multiplication. The first property is changing the order of the factors does not change the product. So you can see first we have multiplied 12 into 4, then we have done 4 into 12. But the answer remains the same, that is 48. So if we change the order of the factors, it does not change the product or the answer. Next is changing the grouping of the factors does not change the product. This is exactly same like the properties of addition. If we change the grouping of the factors, that is first we keep 5 as it is, then we multiply 2 into 9 first and we got 18, then 5 into 18 we got 90. And here first we multiplied 5 into 2, 10, and 9 we left it like that, and when we multiply 10 into 9 we will get 90. So both ways we are getting the same answer, which means if we are changing the grouping of the factors, that also does not change the answer or the product. Number 3 is the product of any number and 1 is the number itself. When you multiply any number, smaller, bigger or any number, if you multiply it with 1, the answer is the number itself. Here it is 456 into 1, we got 456, and 1 into 456, we got 456. You take a bigger number like 9999, even then it will be 1. If you multiply 9999 with 1, you will get 9999. So no matter how big or small the number is, if you multiply the number with 1, the answer will be the number itself. The last one is the product of any number and 0 is 0. When you multiply any number with 0, the answer is always 0. Now let us see how multiplication is done. The first example is 3295 we have to multiply with 2560. So the first step here is you have to multiply 0, that is the number on the right hand side of 2560. You have to start from 0 from ones place and then so on, you have to move towards the left. First we will multiply 0 with 3295. When you multiply 0 with 3295 you get 0, because just now we read that the property that when we multiply any number with 0 we get 0. So 3295 into 0 we will get 0. After that the next number is 6. So 6 is in tens place, that means it is 60. So we will multiply 6 with the number 3295 and we will get 19770, and we will add one more 0 because 60 has 0. Now we will multiply the third number, that is 5 here. So because 5 is in hundreds place, that means we are actually multiplying 500 with 3295. So we have already learned when a question like this comes, first we have to multiply 3295 with 5, and whatever answer will come you have to add 2 zeros because 500 has 2 zeros with it. So we will multiply 5 with 3295, we will get 16475, and then we will add 2 zeros because 500 has 2 zeros. And finally here the last number is 2. So we will multiply 2 with 3295, we get 6590, and because 2000 has 3 zeros we will add 3 zeros in the end. And finally we get our answer after adding all the numbers, that is 84,35,200. So some questions are given below which you have to do in your notebook. Follow the procedure we just now discussed and try to solve this. Next is how to multiply numbers with 10, 20, 30, that is numbers with a 0, 1 0. So to multiply a number with 10, 20, 30 and so on till 90, first we multiply the number with 1, 2, 3, 9, that is the number which is in the tens place, 1, 2, 3 or 4 or 9, and then respectively then we will add 0 to the right of the product. Let us take an example, then you will understand. 5421 into 30. So as it is written here, first we will multiply the given number with 3 and then we will write into 2 outside. When we multiply these two numbers we get 16263, and because 30 has a 0 we will add 1 0 with the answer. So what we did, first we multiplied these two, we got 16263, and then because 30 has a 0 with it we added 1 0 with the answer. Now how to multiply numbers with 100, 200, 300, that is numbers with 2 zeros. To multiply a number with 100, 200, 300, the procedure is same, exactly the same what we just discussed about 10, 20, 30. We have to multiply the number, the given number with 1, 2, 3 and 9, the first digit, and then we have to add 2 zeros to the answer, to the product. Product means the answer which we get. We have to add 2 zeros because these numbers have 2 zeros. So 5421, same example we will take into, but we will write 300. So first we will multiply this number with 3. Whatever answer we will get, we will add 2 zeros because 300 has 2 zeros. Same way, how to multiply numbers with 1000, 2000, 3000. To multiply a number with 1000, 2000 and 3000, again we will multiply the first digit with the given number, that is 1, 2, 3 and 9 with the given number, and then we will add 3 zeros because 1000 has 3 zeros. So same way in this question, first we multiplied the number with 3. Whatever answer we got, we added 3 zeros because 1000 has 3 zeros. Now some interesting questions I have given you. You have to try them and do them in your notebooks. You can see a circular picture here. 10 into, you have to multiply these numbers with 10. and the answers you have to write here in the blanks which are given here. You have to write the answers here. How? First, you will multiply 64 into 10. So, what did we just now discussed? That 64 into 10 means first we will multiply 64 with 1. So, it will be 64, and then because 10 has one 0, we will put 0 here. Now, we will multiply with this 246 multiplied by 10. First, we will multiply 246 with 1. So, it will be 246, and because 10 has a 0, we will add one 0 with the answer. Same way, you will multiply 10 with all the given numbers and you will write the answers here. Then, the next question is the same question, but you have to multiply with 100. And again, same question, same set of numbers, but you have to multiply 1000. So now, let us begin with the topic division. Here are some concepts which you should know. The number to be divided is called the dividend. You can see on the left hand side, this is the dividend 27. Then the number which divides is called divisor, 5 is the divisor, and the number remaining in the end is called remainder because it is remained. And the answer in division is called quotient, which is written on the top. 5 is the quotient, the answer. Properties of division. The first property is dividing a number by itself is equal to 1. When we divide number with itself, like 2 divided by 2 is 1, 5 divided by 5 is 1. Same way, 4325 divided by 4325 is equal to 1. The second concept is dividing a number by 1 is equal to the number itself. When we divide, like 2 divided by 1 is equal to 2. 10 divided by 1 is equal to 10. Same way, the example is given when we divide a number by 1, the number that we get is the number itself. Third is dividing 0 by any number is equal to 0. Remember, dividing any number by 0 and dividing 0 by any number are two different things. So, when we divide 0 by any number, the answer is 0, which we can see in property number 3. 0 divided by 7235 will be 0. But dividing any number with 0 is not defined. It is not permissible. The concept is not permissible. So, dividing 0 by any number is 0, but dividing any number by 0 is not defined. Next is long division involves 5 steps. So, usually when you are dividing a number, there are 5 steps which we follow: DMSBR. DMSB and R. What are these? D is divide, then multiply, then subtract, then bring down, then repeat or remainder. What does this mean? Let us discuss. The first was divide. You can see if the question is divide 74 by 3. So, we are dividing 7 tens by 3, we get 2 tens and some extra. That is 3 twos are 6. In the second step you can see we multiply. The first was division, the second is multiplication. So, 3 twos are 6. 3 twos are 6 means we are multiplying. After multiplying we are subtracting. What? 3 twos are 6, the answer 6, we are subtracting from 7 and we are getting 1. The fourth step we read was bring down. Bring down means whatever answer you got after subtracting 6 from 7, the next number to the 7 you have to bring it down, that is 4 will come down. Next was repeat or find the remainder. So, after we brought down 4, 3 fours will be 12 and after subtracting we will get 2, that is the remainder. So, these are the 5 steps which we follow while dividing a number. There is a procedure to check whether your answer is wrong or right. The formula is dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. If you do this and you get the correct answer, that is if you get 74 after doing this, the answer will be correct.
Next is divide 3759 by 4. First consider the thousands place. We will see what is there in the thousands place. The divisor 4 does not divide into the first figure 3. Why? Because 3 is smaller than 4 or 4 is greater than 3. So consider the first two digits. Because we cannot divide 3 with 4, we will consider these two digits, 37. And we know 4 9s is 36. So we will do 4 9s 36, and after subtracting, the steps you should remember: first we divided, then we multiplied, now we have to subtract. So 37 minus 36, we got 1. After subtract, we had bringing down. So we will bring down 5 and this 1 will become 15. Now when we have 15, we will see 4 3s is 12. So again we will subtract 12 from 15 and the answer that we will get is 3. Now we will bring down 9. Now 4 9s is 36, and when we subtract, we get the remainder, that is 3. So same procedure we followed, those 5 steps we did, and we got the answer. Now let us check whether the answer is correct or not. So the formula we had already discussed in the previous slide: dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So here the divisor is 4, the quotient is 939. So we wrote 939 plus the remainder, that is 3, and the answer we got is 3759. So if you are getting this after putting the numbers in formula, that means your answer is correct. We will take one more example: division of numbers by a 2-digit number, and same as with 3 and 4-digit number. We are dividing 5976 with 14. So we cannot take only 5 because 14 is greater than 5. So 14 is greater than 5. So we will take 59. When we take 59, the first step was divide, and now is multiplication. That is 14 4s is 56. And then we subtract and we get 3. After subtraction, we have to bring down. So we will bring down 7. So this number will become 37. Now because it is 37, we will take 14 2s that is 28. We will subtract and get 9. Again we will bring down 6. It will become 96. Then 14 6 is 84, and finally we got the remainder, that is 12. And now we will check the answer. Dividend is equal to divisor, that is 14. Divisor is 14. Then into quotient is 426 plus remainder is 12, and the answer you got is this, 5976. That means your answer is correct. Here are some questions which you have to try on your own. We have discussed about those 5 steps. Keeping those steps in your mind, try to solve these answers. Next is estimating sums and difference. How to estimate? An estimate is a number close to an exact amount which may be obtained by rounding up or rounding down the exact number. Let us see the example. You have to subtract these two numbers. First we will round it off. So they have rounded it off to nearest 1000. So when we are rounding it off to nearest 1000, we will see what is there in the hundreds place. We have 9, which is greater than 5. That is why we will add 1 to 5, it will become 6, and rest all the numbers will become 0. So we rounded this number to nearest 1000, and we rounded this next number also to nearest 1000, and then we subtracted and we got the answer. This is the estimation of subtraction. We should round it off so that there is only one number left and rest all the numbers become 0. Because the smaller number is a 4 digit, so we made all the 3 numbers 0. For that we have to convert it into nearest 1000, and because we converted this to nearest 1000, we have to convert the other number, that is this one, also to 1000. Try to convert both the numbers and round it off to the same number so that you get a clear picture and a correct answer. In the next question, again you can see the smaller number is 76,135, and that is why they have rounded it off to nearest 10,000 so that all the numbers become 0 and only one single number is left. So when we convert it to nearest 10,000, we get 80,000, and because we converted this number to nearest 10,000, we will convert the other number also to nearest 10,000 and we will get 2,20,000. Now because this is estimating the sum, so we will add and we will get the number. Both the numbers here are rounded off to nearest 1000 and here both the numbers are rounded off to nearest 10,000. 2 points which are important to remember is it is advisable to round off both the numbers to the highest place value of the smaller number. Like I said, you should always round off both the numbers to the same place value so that you get a better estimate. Estimating product. In order to estimate product, we round the given factors to the required place value or to the greatest place value. If in the question it is mentioned that you have to estimate the product by rounding it off to nearest 10,000 or 1000 or tens, then that is required place value, and if nothing is mentioned, you have to round it off to the greatest place value like we did in estimating of sums and subtraction, sums and minus. Then you have to round it off to the greatest place value like we discussed in the estimation of addition and subtraction. So estimate the product of 34 and 86. 34 when rounded off to nearest tens becomes 30 and 86 become 90. So we will calculate the product. 30 into 90 will be 2700. We will take one more example. 47 into 84. When we round off 47 to nearest tens, we get 50, and when we round off 84 we get 80, and when we multiply both we get 4000. So the estimated product is 4000. These are some questions which you have to try. After trying, the answers, the options are also given. You have to write the correct answers here, or you can simply put a tick to the correct answer. Next is estimating quotient. Estimate the quotient 5873 divided by 346 by first rounding off each number so that it has only one non-zero digit. Like I said before, you have to round it off to the nearest highest place value. So step 1 is rounding 5873, that is 5873, such that it has only one non-zero digit. That means when we have to round it off to nearest 1000, it will become 6000. Step 2 is we have to round it off, round off 346 to nearest 100 so that only one non-digit number is left. So it will become 300. And now we will find out the quotient, that is 6000 divided by 300, we will get 20 as the answer. So simple. Again, some questions are given. You have to round off or estimate the quotient by rounding it off to nearest the higher place value. So all the questions given for the practice is to be done in maths notebook. Here we finish off with this chapter, with this lesson. Thank you so much.